we have coming up two of the best Asian players to play 9-ball pool. There's the fist pump, here's the lag. Joining me for this final, as always, local hero, future talent, future world champ, Gabriel Lowe.
Thanks, Carl. Wow, what an amazing experience these past few days have been, especially for me. I never expected I'll be here. And what a final that we have lined up between James Aranas and Koping Yi. So James Aranas wins the leg, and he breaks off in our first rack.
One ball has gone in that pocket, so that means he's no open shot.
So he bangs the 2-ball up table, trying to get some form of cover behind the orange 5-ball. So it seems like Koping Yi can catch a piece of this 2-ball right here. And he's opted to bank the 2-ball down, leaving some distance. And he's left a shot on the 2-ball, although it's a very difficult reverse cut into the left corner pocket.
There's a pretty obvious safety shot as well for James. Taking the 2-ball on at this stage in the first rack would be very confident. Yeah, he's mishit that. He was trying to push it to the right hand side rail and just let the cue ball slide past the 9, so he's had a favourable roll.
So now Koping Yi looking to hit the bottom side of this blue 2-ball, sending the 2-ball up to the short rail next to the 3-ball and the cue ball back down. And he stretched that kick to perfection. What a shot there by Koping Yi. He used the brown 7-ball as a blocker. So he's looking to kick the left side of the 2-ball and send the cue ball down. Wow. Two brilliant kick shots in our opening rack. So Carl, do you go offensive here or do you play defense?
The 8-ball, he may be able to bank it on the inside of the 8. Play it with a high right ball. Cue ball would spin over towards that right hand side rail. He can actually cut the ball in, but where's the cue ball going? Yeah, so he's played it with a bit of left instead of right. That's kind of the shot I meant, but if he'd have played it with a bit of right, he'd have found himself on the right hand side rail where the 8 ball was, but they're not easy shots to judge when you're playing it with running side.
And what a safety that Koping Yi has played there. Showing his fantastic cue ball control. Oh, Dodong is looking to kick 2 rails in the back of the 2 ball.
Needs a little bit of luck here.
Seems to have left a shot there for Koping Yi.
Couldn't really do much else for the cue ball, so he just took his medicine, left himself a thin cut on this red 3 ball.
Yeah, so often you see many players elevating their cues, trying to draw it back past the side pocket for an easier shot on the 3 ball. But Koping Yi has chosen the more sensible choice and settled for a difficult 3 ball instead.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed this week. That's what Koping Yi's game is about. He always takes what the table gives him.
Yeah.
He doesn't try to do too much with the cue ball to get better on the next shot.
And it's something that a lot of amateurs could really pick up from in his game.
This is another wonderful positional shot. Just look at that, absolutely perfect. That's okay too, he'll just play this with left, swing it round off the 2. Anywhere in the centre of the table will leave him a nice shot on the 8.
Seems to have underrun that a little bit. Early nerves there, Carl?
Maybe a little bit, but them shots are quite underrated.
Yeah.
First rack goes to Koping Yi. He's off the board. It's 1-0.
So Carl, for the final time this week, I'm gonna ask you the easiest question out there. Who's gonna win the Asian 9-ball title?
I believe it will be Koping Yi.
How about score prediction?
I'm going to say 11-7. 13-7.
Wow, that's a very big margin. I think it'll be a bit closer, 13-10.
Okay. Koping Yi's had a tricky route, as you would expect. Of course, he beat Johan Chua in his last match. Then Masato Yoshioka, 11-4. Then Tatyang Ken, 11-9, so that was a close one. And Lucius Yap, the local hero, 11-9. That's his route from the last 32 to this stage. Let's admire this break. Let's see if he can continue Well, he can't really. I know the one ball's going towards the corner, but he'll be disappointed with his cue ball. Didn't really get the spin on it to get it back up into the centre. That's the break shot he's been playing. He's got the hook, but this is a very easy kick shot. Can James kick safe back?
When we talk about Koping Yi's run to the final, actually he nearly suffered a massive upset against the Vietnamese player Dat Dui Kien. He was actually down at one point in the game, I think 5 racks to 2. So he managed to pull himself together and get the win. And from there, he seemed to be more comfortable, pulling through winning the games with relative ease.
Can see a piece of the two. There you go. But can he avoid the scratch in the side if he pots the ball in the corner? It's going to be close. I would edge on the air if it's going to hit the top jaw. Maybe just above. All depends on where he pots the two as well.
Oh,
yeah, so he missed that by quite a way, and he still caught the point. He's been fortunate to not leave a pot.
So Dodong's left with a very tricky situation here. I don't think he can actually play a good safety, like a lock-up safety, probably looking at a containing shot on the 2-ball.
Is Koping Yi tempted at the carom? The 6-ball's not quite over the pocket. Yeah, he's gone for it. Oh, he's potted both. Didn't know the 2 was going to go in there. He was just hoping it would fly around the table and leave a shot. Now he may well look at, if he's going to attack the table, it may flick off the 8-ball, but he's not going to play that unless he can get position on the 4.
You saw how confident Koping Yi was with the carom on the 6-ball. Most of the Taiwanese actually have they are actually very good at caroming balls in, because they play a game in Taiwan called 2-3-5, where the objective of the game is to carom different balls. So you can tell he's really confident with the caroms.
Oh, that is beautiful. What a shot he's played there.
Koping Yi looks so comfortable at the TV table.
Two big shots he come there, didn't he, in that rack? What a start for Koping Yi. That rack was special. As he goes 2-0 up.
If he was feeling any early nerves, I think that rack would have settled him in.
James Aranas. In the last 32, he beat fellow countryman Pulpul 11-6. Then he beat Dong Quoc Hoang from Vietnam 11-9. Then it was another Filipino, Loro Bongay 11-2. That was relatively easy. And then in the semi-finals, 11-6 over Japan's Naoki Oi. It's just a little bit soft at the minute. You can see he's not getting the one ball off the top rail hard enough near this corner. Just needs to put a little bit more pace on it.
So Carl, what's been game of the week for you?
Game of the week. There was a match that went hill on the TV table.
With Robbie Capito?
Yes, Capito and Chua. I thought that was a phenomenal match. I actually thought the ladies' final was a great match and all. It seemed to all go the way of Soa early on. And Ceska was a little bit erratic, but then Cheska managed to hold herself together and it kind of clicked. And then Soa kind of fell away, and I thought it was a good final.
We always want to see some drama in the final, right?
Yeah, if we want to see some drama here, I feel like James has got to win this rack.
He's come a little short there on the 5 ball. He was probably looking for the cue ball to be more in the center of the table, so we won't have such a reverse cut on the 5 ball. Nice shot.
Done well there. Very good at that type of shot. He's had a few of them over the course of this week. Both players using wood shafts decided not to go down the carbon fibre route that a lot of the players are using. He's landed short on this 7 ball though, so he's left himself a thin cut. Cue ball off 2 rails.
Yeah, in fact, none of our semi-finalists were using carbon fibre shafts. It's landed a little straighter than he would want to on this 8 ball.
Yeah, he's loaded this up with right low English. That transfers off that rail and brings it closer to the 9. Well, he'll be delighted to see that 9 disappear. Aranas is off the board in this final. Koping Yi will be breaking next. There's the best team event in 9-ball pool. And it's going back to Vegas, 30th of November to the 3rd of December. Limited tickets are available. Head over to matchroompool.com. SVB, the man in the picture, he is the first American to qualify for Team USA. Can America win back the cup? They've lost the last two. Phil is the first European to make the team. And we are just approaching the time of the year when a lot of the pool talk is about the Moscone Cup. Doesn't affect these two guys, of course. Cole is looking for a better break this time. Still not quite spinning the cue ball. But it's okay.
Yeah. He's got the one ball parked over the corner pocket.
Usually when he puts the correct spin on it, it's kind of going in that position of where the purple 4 is. It's coming a little flat off the side rail at the moment. May have to go, well, saying that, I was thinking rail first. Is he hooked? Or can he see the pot? Well, he can't. That's why he's got the jump cue. He's going to jump draw this. This is his own brand of jump stick. It's the Co jump cue. Let's see what it's made of.
Yeah. Haven't really got an opportunity to see it live in action yet.
Yeah, is it worth buying one or not? Yeah. This is your big chance, Co, to sell some jump cues. Gonna pot this and draw it back down table. Well, it's a valiant effort. Nearly got there, didn't he?
I think the pot was almost guaranteed. It's just with the cue ball whether he was able to get it down for the 2 ball. So Koping Yi left with a 1 real kick shot here on the 2 ball. Looking to contact it as fat as possible and stick the cue ball right where the 2 ball right it is now. Wow, what a brilliant shot there by Koping Yi. So similar to the first rack, I think Dordong is looking to contact the 2 ball very thin on the left side and send the cue ball back down, potentially making the 2 ball. Oh, he's left a shot.
Nice shot, good pot. You can see there he's on this 3 ball. So this is a very good chance to tie it up.
Oh, he's hit that real bad.
Big moments. That was a very easy pot.
Carl, back in the UK, what do you call a bad miss like that?
A bad shot?
Yeah, a bad shot. What do you call that? You got any of your own terms that you call it?
Dogged it?
Dogged it?
Yeah, dogged it.
You want to know what's a Singaporean term for that?
Yes, give me a lesson.
Yeah, actually in Singapore we call it 很差.
很差.
Yeah, that's actually in Mandarin as for very bad.
Okay,
so that's
很差.
our saying that we have for people who play bad shots like that.
很差.
很差, C-H-A.
很差.
But jokes aside, that was really a very unexpected miss there by Dodong Diamond.
Yeah, the previous shot before was a lot harder, and the way the cue ball landed, it just looked like he was perfect. Just pushed it onto the far jaw.
So Koping Yi's landed a little straight on this 8 ball. Looking to draw it right back.
And there it is, the mistake from Aranas cost him the rack. And it's cost him Two-game lead. 3-1 down. Koping Yi will be there to try and win the US Open Pool Championships. It's the Harrah's Resort, Atlantic City. What a week last year. Carlo Biardo finally winning that trophy after the great Efren Reyes. Head over to matchroompool.com, get your tickets, and we'll see you there. Gabriel might even be there.
Well, that's a long shot there.
Has a chance to forget about that missed ball if he can just get a good break and get a kind split. Regroup, refocus. It's a better cue ball on the break. Doesn't want the one ball to go in because he had no shot on the two.
A little tough to play for position here on the two ball because of this 8 ball in the way.
Well, how about that for a positional shot?
So we'll expect Dodong Diamond to get out from here. But you never know with the finals, the pressure of the finals. You know, things do go a little wrong sometimes.
Left himself an angle just to come back up for the 5 in the side pocket.
He's under hit that 5 for position on the 5.
I think he's just okay. He can miss the 8 ball. He'll play it with a bit of right hand spin. That just holds the cue ball back a little bit. Won't fly off the second rail. Well, it was okay actually. Played it with a bit of left, so it wasn't that thin.
Top follow with a bit of left side spin to open the angle off the long rail to place for the 8 ball. So now Dodong's got a stun with a bit of right spin and he's placed perfect for the 9 ball.
There it is. It's a kind split. And the previous mistake can all be forgot about. 3-2. There's a break and run as well.
Yeah. First of the game actually.
Koping Yi is the elder brother of 3. The 2 younger brothers both played in this tournament.
Koping Chong bowed out to Vietnam's Dong Hoc Quang in the last 32 round, 11 racks to 5. And Koping Han were lost in the loser bracket final.
Well, he's made 3 points, and it looks like he's got a shot at the 2. One ball went in the side pocket this time. Four ball to the 5 seems to be the shot where it could go wrong for Ko. Will he spin round the table? No, he just goes through the gap.
Needs a nice flick on the 6th ball. He's got it.
Yeah, he just hold his hands up there. He was trying to just come on the right hand side of the 6, but it was okay. It's not like he's had loads of luck there, is it? It just, it was always going to be a little bit tricky. It was a nice split, nice break. And it looks like Koping Yi is going to go back to that 2-game gap with a break and run. It's 4-2. This match is just ticking along nicely. We're just waiting for it to explode. This event is brought to you by the Asian Pool Federation. I think it's been a wonderful event. There's the cue of Koping Yi, Zen cues. That is all gold, what you see there, real gold. Not gold leaf or gold plated, actual gold. Some of these pool cues, they're not cheap. He's going to have a long shot at the 2. You would take this on any break. One ball staying over the corner would have meant life was a little easier, but you've got to be more than happy with this type of shot.
So, Carl, do you think that Dodong should be hitting the break a little softer? Because he's always potting the one ball in that corner pocket where his bridge hand is.
Possibly. Maybe he's just scared of it being illegal. His last break was a break and run. He's looking good for another one here, so I don't think there's any need to change things just yet. Will he go forward or will he try and draw it above the middle? He's going to flick the orange here, but he's flicked it okay.
So he's got to take the 6th ball into the right center pocket. This is the center pocket where he missed that 3 ball, so I don't think we'll be seeing that again. Draws the 7 ball with a bit of left side spin to open up on the long rail to place for 9 ball. Would say is his favorite to make it.
Back-to-back break and runs for James Aranas. He trails Koping Yi 4-3. Playing with the magic rack this week, or the template, as some of you may know. 1 ball on the spot. There you see the referee. You always know if it's on the spot because it's level with the middle diamonds on the side rails. And you can just see them little indentations. And that just gets every single ball touching. And what the referee is doing now is just closing up on each other to make sure. And that gives the players the perfect rack every time. So everyone's getting a fair go at the break. Because when you use a triangle, there's too many gaps between the balls, and certain gaps mean certain things are going to happen with the ball. So this is just a fairer way to play the game. I think it's been a cool invention. I'm not sure who invented the template, but whoever did, give yourself a pat on the back.
Yeah, it certainly made life a lot easier for us.
Once the 8 ball out the way, so the 1 pots. Looks tight.
So the 1 to the 2 is kind of a problem for Koping Yi because he's got to travel the entire length of the table. And he doesn't have much angle to work with. He's underran that shot. I think he'll be looking to play defense behind the 7 ball. Opting to shoot it left-handed. Do you think perhaps he should have used the bridge there, or maybe take an extension instead of using his weak hand, his non-dominant hand?
A lot of players do swap over in the modern day game, but if you're not practicing a lot and you're not in stroke, it does feel weird when you do that. But if they're not very good with the bridge or the extension, what does it matter?
Poor safety by James there. He's left the 2 ball hanging over the center pocket.
Can he pot it? Can he go rail first? Does he have to jump? Does he have to swerve? Swerve looks not a very nice option. So he's going for the jump cue.
I think shooting conventional shots with your non-dominant hand, still okay, but shots that require a little bit of finesse, that's when it gets a bit tricky.
When he pots this, he's trying to get the cue ball back out of there, away from the middle pocket.
Oh,
Ooh, okay. Sometimes that can happen on a pool table. It hits the inside of the pocket on the jaw, and then the rubber just bounces back and you end up missing. So what a chance now for Aranas to tie this match up.
so these center pockets aren't playing easy. Both players missing a shot into the center pocket already.
Well, at least it's bounced off the rail. May send the cue ball down table off the bottom rail to go back up for this 6.
He's landed kind of a funny angle here, where if he wants to follow the shot, it's kind of difficult, and he wants to draw it, it's can't really place very well for it.
Hit that one nice, didn't he? Got
Yeah.
through the cue ball there, he got a lot of action out of the white ball.
Handled the shot really well. Do you get a air of uncertainty about James Aranas? He seems to be doubting himself a little, jumping up on his shot a bit.
At the moment, not quite. Have you spotted something, Gabriel?
Yeah, I've seen him getting up on his shot a few times, jumping up on his shot.
Well, at the moment, things are just poised nicely. It's 4-4. Aranas will be breaking in the next, so it's a chance for him to try and take the lead for the first time in this match. If you missed our ladies' final just a few hours ago, that was between Jessica Centeno and So Soa. Jessica from the Philippines won that final. She won 11 racks to 7. She was 4-0 down in the match.
To everybody's surprise, right? She was such a hot favorite going into the match.
Yeah, the young girl from South Korea. She's got a good future in the game, still young. This is a nice chance now. No problems. He can just land in the centre of the pool table. He'll have a shot on the red 3.
He's almost missed that 2-ball.
couple of shots he's played where he's just lost that cue ball. He's lost it again, so he's going to have to travel with the white.
Could this prove to be the difference maker in this final? There's so... Oh, it's such a good contest here between these two players.
Yeah, we know Koping Yi has got tremendous cue ball control. That is a better shot though. He's had to stun that ball in with right and check. What a shot that was. Just needs to land high of the 8 ball, which he does. Now he just rolls it through for a simple 9. This is going to be James's 3rd break and run of this final. Koping Yi's just had 1. It's 5-4 to the Filipino. This will give Ko something to think about.
Yeah, I mean, Koping Yi's break hasn't really been working out well for him, so it's interesting to see whether he makes any adjustments to his break shot, the speed, or maybe how thick he contacts the 1 ball.
Likes to do this before the break, doesn't just get down on the break and rush it. It's obviously his routine.
Oh, spotted.
3 balls, yeah. Just checking the back rail there in case he lands on it, because I think he's going to play 4 rails, not 2. Yeah, you see what he's doing here, he's using the 4th rail. That's a better insurance policy to get on this 3. Didn't pot the 3 in the centre pocket, it went off the top jaw. If he pots it in the centre, the cue ball goes another ball or 2 higher. So now he's got to come back and across off 2 rails.
You don't like just floating this 7 ball in?
Never.
Split that well. Now for its draw with a bit of right side spin, and he's placed perfect for the 9 ball.
In no time at all, Koping Yi finds his 2nd break and run of the match and ties it up at 5-5. Gabriel, what's been your highlight of the tournament?
My highlight, I guess, sitting in the booth with you.
That's a smart answer.
Does that get me a ticket to the US Open?
Well, if you hadn't said that, it might have been the last time you'd have been sat there. No, I think you can be proud of yourself, Gabriel. You've done a splendid job.
Thank you. Well, but I think my favorite game so far of the entire tournament has to be the one where Ibrahim bin Amir played the Vietnamese Don De Kien. We had the heel game when he rattled 3 balls in. His expression was priceless. So Dodong Diamond looking to make it his 4th consecutive break and run.
We're going to see a push out.
I think Dodong is. Oh. Would you just kick at this instead of pushing out?
Just rolling a 2 into a more clustered area. Not saying he shouldn't have kicked at the 1. Does he play a slow roll kick and try and get the cue ball behind the 8? Or is he going to try and do something to create distance? That looks to be very nice.
No, I'm quite surprised that Koping Yi decided to return that kick shot.
Look what James has done there, though. He rolled the 2 ball so it couldn't pot in as many pockets, as it once did. And then he played a 2 rail kick to separate balls, knowing that if Koping Yi can see an edge, you can only cut the 1 ball in, and how do you get on the 2?
That's why you're the lead commentator here.
Well, that's why he's outsmarted Koping Yi in that exchange. Unless the 2 passes this ball and then just forget what I just said.
But what a cut shot there from Koping Yi to cut that 1 ball so thin, and the cue ball was hampered by the side rail. So Koping Yi, I think, looking to bank the 2 ball up table. Yeah, that's what he did. Get behind the 4 ball.
Well, he's left a lot of this 2 ball sticking out, hasn't he? Didn't get the hook. Looks like he's got an easy safety shot here. Just bank it back up towards the 6. Get the cue ball over towards that 8. The orange 5. The red 3 as blockers.
I think he can play sort of like a 2-way shot, banking the 2. Oh, he's not even trying to bank the 2 into the corner pocket. This tells us that you can see an edge of that 2-ball. Nice shot there by Koping Yi. He knew that his cue ball would be going up back table again, so he took his chances to leave a containing shot or a difficult shot for James Aranas when his next visit to the table.
Two rail kick in behind this. He'll send the 2-ball over to the left after the middle pocket. 2-ball on the top rail.
I think we've seen Koping Yi take this kick shot many times and he's executed it to perfection. So I think James's next visit to the table is going to have some trouble.
Well, he found the top rail, but it's not the way he wanted. This has been a good rack. Nobody can get in for a pot. Will he take the risk of playing the bank? Down into that far left pocket. Cue ball would float over to the right side of the table for a shot on the 3. If he misses it, may get the hook.
Isn't this quite similar to the bank shot that David Al-Qaedi made to win the Whirlpool Masters?
Yeah, it's very similar. So he's played safe. Needs the 2 to hold up. I mean, you can't blame him. You don't have to keep firing at long banks. Actually, we've not seen many long banks this week.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because the tables have broke easy, or did he just not fire at long banks? Would he rather play safe?
Yeah, that's an interesting observation. I mean, I haven't been seeing any long rail banks even being attempted.
I noticed on day 2, I thought a lot of the Asian players prefer to play that extra safety shot as opposed to Europeans and Americans. You know, just take a bit more time. Oh, he's left the potting angle, so the mistake has come. This is a chance for James to take the lead for the first time in this final. Cue ball needs to slow down, that's nice. Plays the game at a good pace.
Yeah, really easy on the ice.
Spent a lot of time in the States, playing a lot of the tournaments, the challenge matches, exhibitions and all that.
So after a long safety exchange there on the 2 ball, James Aranas has emerged the winner of that safety battle, and he looks favored to take this rack.
Well, if he does take the rack, he's going to have to pot a good 9-ball, because this is one of them little thin ones, and you've got to watch the cue ball, because you can scratch in the top right. That's why he's drawing the cue ball in. He's taking away the scratch. Makes the pot more difficult, but he's found the pocket, and the cue ball's dry. He takes the lead as he shakes his head, disgusted with that positional shot. 6-5. Will be Koping Yi to break next. And there's a decent crowd in for this final. All sat around watching. That gives a good atmosphere. It's a race to 13. All the double elimination rounds were raced to 9, then the last 32 up until the semi-finals was all raced to 11. Now it's 13, so we're not even halfway yet. We've been playing about 60 minutes, just on the hour mark.
But this was always going to be a close game, given the way both players are playing.
This looks a good speed. How many times does Ko get the 1-ball to stop in that little segment, that little triangular space there? It's never in the pocket, it's never far out, is it? It's always in that little segment.
And that may not be of any significance when the cue ball is in the middle of the table, but what if he was faced with like a jump shot like he did in the earlier racks? He could have had an easy jump shot, so he can pot the 1 and keep control of the table.
Well, look at this for a juicy shot. Landed dead straight, hasn't he? So he can't really get the cue ball moving, so he might have to jack up, spear this ball in. He's just walked round to see if he leaves the cue ball there. Can he still pot the 2? This is difficult. Things can go wrong here. When it comes off, you look like a genius, just like that.
What a shot by Koping Yi.
Yeah, that shot's underrated. That can make you look very silly. Now he's going to roll this ball in and send the cue ball up into the centre, just past the orange 5.
That 3-ball wiped his feet on the way in there.
Koping Yi's last 2 matches, he only lost 6 racks. So he won them matches pretty easy.
There definitely is a bit of nerves with Koping Yi.
The opening shot on the one ball was a beauty, as he takes care of this rack and ties the match up once again. It's 6-6 with a break and run. 3 break and runs each so far. So break and runs at 50%. Seen a lot of break and runs here just because the breaks lend itself to setting up the one ball. There's always going to be a serious amount of packages put together.
Here we can see on the right are the spectators, and they comprise of former players who have played this event, helpers and special guests of honor. In fact, you can see the newly crowned ladies 9-ball champion, Cheska. She's won 11 racks to 7 over South Korea's Seo Soa.
You've got good eyes. Where was she? I couldn't see her. Where was she sat?
She was set in the second row.
Okay. Nothing gets past Gabriel. See, James is just breaking that little bit harder, and the one ball's gone in again. But it's okay, he's got a good shot at the 2.
But ideally, he wants to be controlling that one ball, because if maybe the 2 balls racked in a different place, he wouldn't have an opening shot.
Decided to play a little bump shot into the 5. And it's just landed a little bit funny. I think he can still cut this in the middle. He'll have to really kill the cue ball. Yeah, so you see where he's aiming low on the white. That'll just kill the cue ball. Slows it down. You could actually see it there, and he slowed it down too much, but he's fine. He's got a long shot on the 7.
Just need to draw it back 1 diamond distance. Beautiful shot there by James. And a fairly routine 9-ball to go 7 racks up to Koping Yi 6.
And another break and run. So that's 4-3 in break and runs. This match has been neck and neck all the way. Only once. Twice Koping Yi had a 2-rack lead. 2-0, 4-2. And from 4-2, it's been just 1 rack in it all the way up. But it's Aranas who has got the lead.
But Carl, do you get the impression that after a certain point in the game, somebody will just pull away?
Yeah, it's very rare it would keep trading 1 rack right till the end. You feel someone's going to go 2 or 3 up, and then maybe the other player, you know, forms a comeback. But it would be kind of cool to see that. Just keep trading that 1 and then level, 1, level, all the way up till the end.
So again, he's got that 1 ball parked over the corner pocket.
When it's right over the pocket, it can always be awkward for your next ball. when it's deep in the jaw, it makes position awkward. I'm wondering if he's going to go rail first, though. If he goes rail first, just depends. He could go rail first. He'd have to hit the ball coming steep. It would go round the back of the 8 and back out. Oh, okay. He was okay. I didn't realise he could do that.
He opted to play it directly out. Wow, his cue ball control is phenomenal.
Yeah, the speed of the shot. So easy to not land there. Good to see both players come and play well in the final, you know. The standard's been high.
An argument can be made that people want to see a dramatic final. Just want to see misses.
Yeah, I'm sure a miss will come at some point. Somebody's got to do something. At the moment, it's been neck and neck. Can't remember a player missing an easy ball yet.
Probably it was very early on in the game when James missed that 3 ball into the center pocket.
Yes, that was the big one. Landed too short there, so this is actually very thin.
I wonder if Koping Yi missed the 4-9 into the side pocket. There's a little bit of gap in between them.
Well, that camera angle looked like it was dead set. I think where the balls are sat though, the players would much rather just run the table out. But the previous camera angle, I mean, look at that. Looks like it'd go straight in the side. And the miss has
he's
come.
missed it.
Well, just landed short, and that's what's caused the miss. I think he was worried about flicking the 9 as well. Funny, we were just talking about, is it gonna be a big mistake? Chance for James.
Oh,
Ooh.
it's a bad miss from James.
Yeah, that was more than makeable. So as Koping Yi got away with one there, you can see he's just tapping the table as he's walking round. One extension per rack.
Cue ball being and object ball being so straight, he doesn't really have many options on how to run the cue ball.
Just make sure you deliver the cue through here, get the cue ball moving back.
Oh, what a shot there by Koping Yi.
Do you think he played for that pocket? I'm not convinced.
No. He raised his hand out in apology. I think he didn't.
Yeah, he was playing for the side. I think the main thing is he just got the cue through. You could always almost sense he didn't fancy the shot.
He's pinched the pocket.
He's
Perfect.
trying his best not to win this rack.
He's got to move the cue out of the way as fast as possible.
This extension just plugs over the back of his cue. That will make pulling the cue out the way feel a little stranger. This is a stretch.
Oh. Wow, what a shot by Koping Yi there. Actually, we did see a similar foul like that earlier on in the event where the player used the rest. I think it was Indonesia's Bewi used the rest and he played the cut on the 2 ball and he couldn't move the cue away in time. And the cue ball hit the tip of his cue.
Yeah, remember that one. Koping Yi slams the 9 ball into the pocket. Both players have just gone over the halfway line. It's 7-7. It's now a race to 6. Aranas will be breaking in the next rack. Tensions are going to just keep growing though. If both players just keep playing like this, break and run, the odd little mistake, I just feel if it can get to 10-10, crowd will feed off that.
Yeah. I feel a mistake's coming soon. Like a dry break.
Two mistakes just come.
Yeah. Like a game-changing mistake.
Yeah, you mean where the other player capitalises, because Aranas had a chance there.
Yeah.
I mean, if Aranas wins that rack, he goes 8-6 up with the break. The break can run 9-6.
There's 3 racks deficit there.
And look, this is the split he's faced with. But you can't change the past. It's all about the now.
So Aranas just has to get that mistake out of his head and do what he's been doing wonderfully for the past 5 days, which is clearing up wrecks, open layouts like this. Came a little short there, but it's okay, he's still in line for the 3 ball.
Just dropped his chalk down the pocket there. We've seen somebody drop the chalk early on in this tournament. It rolled along the table, hit the 9 ball, it was a foul.
Is stunning the cue ball, 2 rails for the 8 ball. That's a shot that we see really often that when James Aranas on the table. He likes to play that stun and catch the short rail then the long rail.
We've been talking about the Koping Yi break because of his last match. He's had 3 break and runs. Aranas has had 5, and he's had 5 out of the last 6 breaks.
Wow.
That's going to take some fading, the way he's going.
Right here you see Cheska, our newly crowned Asian 9-ball women's champion. Big congratulations to her. In the middle, there's Cheska. And on the left is actually Johan Choa's wife. And to her right, with the blonde hair, will be Rubelin Amit, whom Cheska beat to get to the final. Special shout out to Matchroom Multisport Managing Director Emily Fraser, who's got the best seat in the house. Wow, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant break there from Koping Yi.
Yeah, again, just dressing the one ball up a little shy of the pocket. And what's he faced with here?
Well, but this rack's not easy. He's got to navigate up and down the table at least 4 to 5 times. So he needs to land on a good angle for this 2 ball so that he will avoid contact with the 9 ball. See, now the angle he's came out on the 2 ball, he's makes the contact with the 9 pretty imminent. So we'll see how he navigates the contact of the 9. Playing a bit of top left. Oh, oh, he's made the 9 ball. Wow, what a moment there from Koping Yi. What a nice roll that he had. He knew that contact with the 9 ball was imminent, and he had to place it off the 9 ball to place for the 3 ball that was up table. He's gotten a very nice roll, and he takes the game to 8 racks apiece. There we go, score confirmation there. Koping Yi, James Aranas, race to 13. They are all tied at 8 racks apiece. What a final that we are having here, Carl.
Yes, what a final we're having, and both players have taken a short break, and that's what we're going to do as well. We'll be back in just a few minutes' time to see who's going to win this year's Asian 9-Ball Open.
You don't have to play like a pro to enjoy the game I love. If you've ever played in a friend's basement, you can compete in an APA league. In the APA, everyone can play and anyone can win. So if you're looking for a fun night out with your friends and family, join an APA pool league today. Have fun, meet people, play pool. Visit poolplayers.com today.
Welcome back to the men's final. That's where we are at right now. It's a race to 13. We're all tied at 8-8. Koping Yi fluked the 9-ball in the last rack. Aranas to break. 8-8. I think you can see the potting angle.
What a crazy wreck we had before we went for the break. Koping Yi fluking a 9-ball.
We know the break at this level is easy. You've still got to get a shot on the lowest ball. And you've still got to clear the table. This is all set up for James Aranas to have broke and ran his 6th rack out of the last 7 breaks.
Wow. In the previous game, I think every one of us was just talking about Koping Yi's break. And we just completely forgot that Dodong Diamond has a fantastic break. So
Well, Ko's had 4 break and runs.
but Dodong's break has been even better in the final.
Yeah, using 2 rails, that guarantees a shot on the 9.
So this fairly routine 9-ball Dodong is faced with.
Maybe just in the distance, one of the audience members rather, might have just stood up or something. Sometimes you spot something in your eye line. But the 9 ball's there, swings the cue ball around the table to take a 9-8 lead. Aranas has won a few tournaments. Super Billiard Expo, it's a 10-ball event. Asian Culture, men's 10-ball event. So nothing of any major stature. He's the runner-up at the 2020 Diamond Las Vegas Open.
And is that event also 10-ball?
Not sure.
It seems that Dodong has been very acquainted with the game of 10-ball. Hasn't really achieved anything in the world of 9-ball yet, though.
Yeah, so maybe this will go down as his biggest tournament win so far.
Yeah.
So it was a big moment for Aranas.
And could you say that because of that, he's facing more pressure than Koping Yi?
Yes, we know he's one of the top players from the Philippines. So as long as he stays in the moment, but he's in the match, isn't he? He's not done anything wrong really, just a couple of odd little errors. For the first time, Koping Yi pots the 1 in that corner. And he's no shot on the 2. Well, I'm saying he's no shot. This would be very thin, or he needs to play a bank.
And this is probably the reason why the pros want to control the 1-ball and not pot it ideally. Because of instances like this. So it looks like Koping Yi is going to thin this 2-ball behind the 7 and 3 cluster and send the cue ball back up. Oh, he's played it long wheel safety instead. So James Aranas opting to shoot it on the short rail.
Needs a little bit of luck here because the balls are flying around the table. That's not bad, I think. I think that's okay. Could be a lot worse anyway.
So he's left Koping Yi with a very difficult shot into either the side pocket or the corner pocket. But I think he'll play it in the side. Play it as a form of like a two-way shot. Now, if he makes it, he gets the cue ball down for the 3. If he doesn't make it, he's got the 2-ball up into the 6, 4, and the 5.
If he can see an edge, it's a small one, but he's going for the jump cue anyway.
So Carl, are you a fan of the jump cue? Because I know many people have this debate saying that, oh, jump cues ruin pool. You know, if you play a good safety, opponent should have to kick out of it. What's your take on it?
My take is exactly the same as when you asked me about the alternate break and winner break. Can you remember my answer? What I said?
Said you want it be winner break because you want, you know, you want to punish the mistakes.
No, it was the shootout question. Did you
Oh,
ask
the
me the
shootout.
shootout question? Sorry.
Yeah. You said you're not a fan of the shootout.
When I was a player,
Yeah.
I was a fan of the shootout, but now I'm on the other side, the media world, if you like.
Yeah.
I think I now hate the shootout because I want to see the final rack. Remember the final
Yeah.
rack we watched? The shootout takes that away.
Yeah.
The jump cue, when I played, I hated it. I wanted it taken out. But now I commentate and watch, I want it to be left in. So I would think all the players think like I thought, and if they stop playing and do what I do now, they would have a different view.
It's an interesting take on it. Because I watch interviews with some of the very old school players like maybe Earl Strickland, and they say that the jump cues ruin pool. You know, it's not, they shouldn't be allowed to jump the ball. There's a lot of arguments for that. It's a big debate about it.
Yeah, there has been big debates about it, but some of the highlight reels that we see doing the rounds on social media, some of them are jump cue shots. So if you know, that would go away. Maybe if it becomes such a big thing and the players voted, if there was a voting system or something like that, maybe you could restrict how many jump shots you could play. One per rack.
Yeah, same like the extension, the time extension.
Yeah, but and you know, how many times does somebody play a jump shot and it goes on to win in the rack? Aranas played a jump shot just now and lost the rack. It's 9-9.
Now down to a race to 4.
Also, the thing with a jump cue, what I think people need to bear in mind, is it's very unique to 9-ball, our game. You don't jump the ball in any other cue sport.
Yeah, that's true.
So let's keep the identity.
Because 9-ball is a very attacking game.
Yeah, it's attacking, it's fun, it can be crazy. You gotta be crazy to play it, like you're a little bit crazy.
I hope you meant that in a good way.
Well, Aranas he's at 9-9. I mean, Koping Yi's doing well, really, because 6 break and runs, and the last 7, he's had to fade a lot. And look at this.
Made the 1 ball again.
This has just been incredible. I mean, I'm not saying it's been incredible in the sense of he's playing unbelievable pool, but he's getting a shot and he's knocking the balls in, isn't he? So, like now, he can play a little combo. He'll set the 2 ball up to shoot it in the top left pocket on his next visit. There you go.
Will you say that he's getting a little fortunate with the break?
I don't think you're fortunate or unfortunate. It's just the game. You know, the game of pool starts after the break. He's breaking good enough at this format. He's playing the cup break all right. He's getting the cue ball in the centre of the table. You could argue if you don't get a shot on the lowest ball, you've been unlucky.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, you've probably been more unlucky than lucky. This is why at the European Open just a few weeks ago, the break was changed in 9-ball pool. If you didn't watch any of the European Open and you want to know what we're talking about, just head over to Matchroom Pool YouTube channel and check out the videos from European Open. You'll see how difficult the break was there. And I know the APF wanted to bring that in here. This is not a criticism. Just timing wasn't quite right. They had to follow a few other rules of the WPA, but moving forward, this break will change. I can promise you that.
Yeah. It'll be so interesting to see different break formats and how the players adapt to it.
Well, the break that was used there, I don't know if that could ever be figured out. I think the cue ball flies around the table too much, so you can't set it up like this. Back to the match, back to the final. Another break and run for Aranas to take the lead again. He went 6-5 up, 6-6, 7-6 up, 7-7, 8-7 up, 8-8, 9-8 up, 9-9. It's 10-9.
Wow. What a final that we're having. Now, if you were Koping Yi, would you be feeling extra pressure? That, you know, telling yourself, wow, I have to try and break and run this.
I think maybe the other way round. I think he could be sat there thinking, well, I've not had a visit on his break when it was 6-5. That's the last time he had a shot on the Aranas break at 6-5. So he could be sat there thinking, just keep close. That's going to change. He's not going to keep landing on the lowest ball. Something's going to happen.
Yeah, I fully agree too. I think all Koping Yi just needs to do now is keep piling the pressure on James Aranas and wait for the mistake.
Ko's had 4 break and runs, so he's not that far behind. There was that rack at 7-6 where Ko missed. He missed a pot, and then Aranas missed the long, thin one.
Yeah. How is it lining up? The 4 ball. Oh.
Didn't get the cue ball in the centre though, did he?
Yeah.
If the cue ball lands in the centre, that means you can see all around the table easier. Unfortunate for the 4 to land there, but you can see what I mean.
Yeah. I think the cue ball actually got kicked and he stopped at the side. of the table.
Well, I missed that, so my apologies to Koping Yi.
Yeah, I think it got kicked by the 6th ball and it just stopped the cue ball where it is right now.
It's been a long gold week. This is day 5. Commentated on a lot of matches.
You're having to do 5 days worth.
It's been very enjoyable though. I've enjoyed watching the players that I've never seen before. Seeing what talent lies around in the men's and the ladies game. If you missed the ladies final, by the way, that was won by Cheska Centino from the Philippines. She beat So Soa from South Korea. That match was 11-7. So Soa was 4-0 up in the final. Ended up losing out. She'll be back. They'll both be back.
So Koping Yi has pushed to a jump shot. I mean, it's very relatively easy to pot the 1, but the problem is with the 2 and 6 being tied up like that. He's missed it. Oh, he's left Koping Yi with an opportunity to land nicely on the 2 ball.
Koping Yi currently sits on the live rankings at 20th. So if he wins this match, that would take him into the top 10. He would sit 10th, just behind Abdullah Al Youssef. So let's not forget, this is the first Matchroom ranking event in Asia. So not just playing for money here, we're playing for ranking positions, which is then going to get you into other Matchroom pool events like the World Pool Masters, the Premier League pool. There's a lot more to gain from just winning this event.
Oh, what has Koping Yi done? Oh, he's got a nice flick off the 4 ball. Yeah, you mentioned that Koping Yi is on 20th in the rankings, but he's only played 3 events and
Yes.
he's gotten to 20.
Yes, I mean, of course, this is a new modern day ranking that's not been going that long, just short of 2 years.
But that just goes to show how well he does in the tournaments that he plays in. Beautiful shot there, he's navigated.
Oh, what a flick he's had here. I mean, he's staying in the match, but he's had a few kind rolls himself, so maybe it's evening out this match because Aranas is getting a little bit of form on the break with the splits. Ko's fluked to 9, and he's had a nice flick there, so I would say things are around 50-50.
A shot from Koping Yi. I think Koping Yi's most recent title win was the Bucharest Open that he beat, I think was it David Alcady in the final? But he played a fantastic tournament. And having to go through, play a break format that he's not familiar with, playing 9 ball on the spot. It just goes to show how fast he adapts to different break formats.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how Ko gets on US Open with the new break. I'm sure he will practice that before the event, just like all the pros. This 9 ball to tie the match up once again. Of course it goes 10-10.
So Koping Yi clears the rack off that jump shot that Dodong Diamond played on the 1 ball. So now he's breaking, looking to maintain his break and run percentage. Of all the breaks he has done, he's only got 1 break that was not a break and run out. So the scores are 10 racks apiece. As James Aranas takes us into the 21st rack. Ring ball got kicked in there.
He can make the 8 ball, but he's got to try and control the 1 and the cue ball for his next visit.
Never easy having to shoot at a combination, because he's lost the 1 ball.
I'm a little bit surprised he didn't draw the cue ball and just get it into the centre. If you get the cue ball around the centre of the table, surely that gives you more percentage to land on the ball.
I think there was a quite a bad misjudgment there by James Aranas. And he's left with a kick shot on the 1 ball. But with the 3 being there, the 1 ball's most probably going to stay in the lower half of the table. So it's interesting to see how he's going to kick this. Kick the top of the 1.
May pot this in the bottom left. Close. Where's the cue ball? Oh, he scratched. This is what Ko has been waiting for. But as the 1 ball sat on the 9, I don't think he pots.
Wow.
Can he play a billiard? Can he pot the 9 by hitting the 1 ball first? That's what he's looking at.
What a roll James Aranas got if Koping Yi can't pot this 1 ball or can't billiard the 9 ball. What a roll he's got.
Big shot coming up. Big shot coming up.
Shot there by Koping Yi. And he takes the lead for the first time since 4-2. He takes the lead 11 racks to 10.
And he's got the break in the very next rack. And it would be a break and run to get him on the hill.
How important is this rack now for both players? Carl, seems like my score prediction is looking quite good.
It's looking better than mine.
Never easy to predict score.
What score did you predict?
13-10.
Oh, it's looking very good.
Never easy to predict. You know, we get some finals that just totally one-sided. We get some that's, wow, it's neck and neck all the way. Koping Yi psyching himself up for the break shot on rack 22.
Can he get the cue ball back out into the centre of the table? Yes, he can.
Got it. Does the 8 past the 8 ball?
I think it may just go. would be very harsh to say that Aranas made a mistake in the last rack.
Yeah. I mean, it's such a difficult shot to predict, you know, combining that 1-8 and not really knowing where the one ball is going to go.
How much of the one ball passes the 8 into the full pocket? I mean, it definitely pots.
Yeah, I don't think Koping Yi is too bothered about it because, as we've seen, the one ball sliding off the short rail, but he didn't require any of that here. So Koping Yi, one must have to imagine that this 2 to the 4 ball has got to be the most crucial shot of this rack. If he places this well, he's favored to get out from here and get onto the hill. So Koping Yi also recognizes that this shot is really crucial, taking his extension call. So Carl, what do you play here?
Maybe he can play it with loads of spin and just draw back, leave a cut on the 4.
Yeah, that's what he played. Oh, it's a good flick. Oh, what a nice flick on the 4 ball there. He's even left some angle to go up for the 5.
Yeah, if he misses that side of the 4, he's going to have a shot, so...
Yeah.
Played it okay, played it good enough.
Koping Yi, 4 balls left to get to the hill of the Asian 9 ball open final. Understandably, Koping Yi taking his time, surveying the table situation, seeing where he wants to land on the 8 ball.
He does that so much, he never overplays the cue ball.
Yeah.
He just leaves it where it is, leaves the angle.
And it's, wow, beautiful, one rail. The control on his cue ball to land easy on the 9 ball.
That's his 5th break and run of this final, and it may well be the most important one of this match, as Koping Yi finds himself just 1 away on the hill at 12-10 up over James Aranas. Aranas will be breaking.
How important is this break for Aranas? Probably the most important break he's had in the entire tournament so far.
12 break and runs out of the 22 racks played. There you see the diamond tattoo on his neck.
He's not the only player to have a tattoo on his neck. Ekran Kachi has the word perfection tattooed on his neck. Really lives and dies by it.
Speed looks good. Where's the 2 ball going? Because he's potted the 1, needs it to hold up. Does it go in the corner? Does it pass the purple 4? He's giving the impression it doesn't.
This is why the pro players, they just want to control that one ball. Because you never know where the second lowest number ball is going to be. Seems to be able to pot it in the bottom left corner. It'll be tight. Wow, hit the whole pocket.
Well, that went easy enough. I'm glad about that. It would have been a shame to end it there, the way this match has gone.
So again, swinging around 2 rails to place for the 4 ball.
Nice pace on this shot. The fans watching this match at the venue and at home have been treated to a classic. Whenever a final goes close like this and you get to see that last rack or 2 drama, it's always special. Landed short on the 6, he's going to have to go around the angles. Because I think if he rolls it, well, he might be able to roll it forward and take a longish 9. Just going away from him a little bit. Will he try and get closer, or will he take his medicine?
I think he's going around the whole table here. And the cue ball looks to be perfect.
Well, he pulls another rack back. And of course, it's another break and run. That's been the story of this final. We're at 12-11. Ko's going to be breaking for the match. James will just be ball watching like the rest of us to see if Ko gets a shot or a messy table. You got your score prediction wrong, Gabriel.
It was close, it was close. Oh, this game's turning out to be even closer than what I expected it to be. So, you can say it's all in Koping Yi's hands. If he wins.
This is his pre-break routine. Likes to psych himself up.
He'll be hoping for a good spread, a good shot on the lowest number ball. It looks like he's got it.
He needs the 1 ball to stay there.
Wow.
And it does.
But how's he going to navigate from the 1 to the 2?
He's got to take a gamble. I think he's got to pot the 1 ball a little thin. Use the top rail and come over to the left side of the table and just try and find a gap to land near the bottom rail. He's got to watch the scratch in the left middle pocket.
But good news for Cole, the 3 ball is right next to the 2, so at least if he lands a little bit straight, it won't matter that much because he doesn't really have to do much from the 2 to the 3. Most important shot of the rack. Coming right up. Oh, he's played that fantastic.
What a shot he has played there.
So fortunately, the 3 balls right next to the 2. So Carl, you fancy his chances getting out from here?
Yes, he's a big favourite. It's all about this shot though. As long as he goes up table, gets a nice angle on this 4. He's got an angle here, so he can choose to stun up or force it onto the side rail with a bit of right spin. Yeah, there you see, just before the middle. This looks good.
What a shot there. His cue ball is. I think his cue ball has been a difference maker in this final.
Yeah, maybe just the whole tournament in general.
Yeah.
I just like the way he doesn't try and do anything silly with certain shots. He just tries to give himself the best chance at the next ball.
Oh, and he's landed perfect on the 5.
Yeah, when you've got such a good cue ball like that, the next shot just becomes easy.
Koping Yi looking to seal off this game here. And he's landed perfect on the 7 ball. So opting to follow out one rail. He's landed a little on the bottom side of the 9 ball. But I still favor him to make it.
Koping Yi wins the 2022 Asian 9-ball Open. What a final! 13-11. And he wins it with a break and run. What a performance. What a player. There is confirmation of our men's final. Koping Yi 13, James Aranas 11. We'll be back in a few moments for our prize presentation after the commercial break.
You don't have to play like a pro to enjoy the game I love. If you've ever played in a friend's basement, you can compete in an APA league. In the APA, everyone can play and anyone can win. So if you're looking for a fun night out with your friends and family, join an APA pool league today. Have fun, meet people, play pool. Visit poolplayers.com today.
There is confirmation of our score in the men's final. Koping Yi 13, James Aranas 11. And it's now time for our trophy presentation. We have the president of the Asian Pool Federation, Mr. Christopher Chua, and he's with our special guest, chairman of Teluk Blangah CCC, Mr. Desmond Peck.
After 5 days of intense competition, we've finally come to the end of the tournament. And what a finish. We have just witnessed such a closely contested match between two of our finest players from Asia. Can we have a round of applause, please, for our finalists, Mr. James Aranas from the Philippines and Mr. Koping Yi from Chinese Taipei. I'm sure all of us were glued to our seats earlier as they went neck to neck. But what a finish we had witnessed. And now it gives me great pleasure to invite our guest of honor, Mr. Desmond Peck, chairman of the CCC Teluk Blangah, to give away the prizes to our finalists. First, I would like to invite Mr. James Aranas, the runner-up for the tournament. Round of applause, please, for Mr. James Aranas, who put in a superb performance. Thank you, James. And now, I would like to invite the champion of the APF Asian 9-ball tournament, Mr. Koping Yi. All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Desmond Peck. And with this, as they say, all good things must come to an end. But let me assure you, this is not the end, but the beginning of more such tournaments to come in collaboration with our wonderful partner, Matchroom Pool. So please, a round of applause for Matchroom Pool. And on this note, I'd like to thank all of you, our visitors from afar who came here to support the event. Stay safe and have a safe trip home. Good night, everybody.
Fantastic words there from the president of the Asian Pool Federation. Very well said. This is not the end. This is just the beginning. Koping Yi is our champion, a very worthy champion, and so is Mr. Aranas. He's a future champion in the making as well. What a fantastic week this has been. It really has. It's been a pleasure to be a part of this inaugural Asian 9-Ball Open, presented by the APF and sanctioned by Matchroom Pool. Make sure you head over to APF Facebook page, like it, and the Matchroom Pool page, and stay tuned, because this is not the end. There's going to be more to come. Big tournaments. Thanks for watching.